Chief Rick Ramish asked to be locked up behind bars for 20 hours and not in any cell.
Yeah, he was in solitary confinement. It's all part of his effort to reform the prison system. He wanted to know what it's like in solitary, and no surprise, it was bad.
Yeah, but people whose lives were changed by some of these inmates say that's the way it should be. KRDO News Channel 13's Dana Molina has those reactions.
It was 20 hours of anguish.
Sit and do nothing for 20 hours really takes a toll on you.
Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Corrections wrote about his experience in solitary confinement in this New York Times opinion piece. In it, he describes the cell he was in. A 7 by 13 feet room with nothing but a steel bed, toilet, and sink nailed down. One of his biggest struggles? Boredom.
Just the sense of losing all time. Had no idea really what time it was throughout the whole experiment.
Ramish says he wasn't surprised by what he discovered. His goal is to reduce the use of solitary confinement.
I felt for years that solitary confinement or administrative segregation is cruel.
Cruel or not, not everyone has sympathy for the inmates in solitary confinement. The father of a teen who was stabbed to death says it's not meant to be pleasant.
They're there for a reason, and then if they get in trouble while there, I have no problem with solitary confinement. No TV, hey, you know, you're there.
Jim Hughes lost his 18-year-old son in August of 2008. He was stabbed and died a day later. 3 people involved in the crime were sent to prison. Hughes says he and other victims' families have their own sentences.
I read about having nightmares and anxiety. You know, the victims and their families, we have nightmares constantly. Anxiety, depression, we suffer this.
There is one thing Hughes agrees with Ramish on. He says inmates shouldn't go directly from solitary confinement back to the streets. In Colorado Springs, Dana Molina, KRDO News Channel 13.
Thanks, Dana. And Ramish says the DOC is working to implement a plan by June to reduce the use of that administrative segregation. That's what they call solitary. He also says they want to set up a program that inmates in solitary confinement will go through before they are released.